Hello, I'd just like to remind you to subscribe if you haven't already, and join the guild if you haven't already. Back to the video. Hello people, and welcome back to News Review. This week there's a new collab with Digimon. Once again, personally didn't watch this, so no emotional investment. So let's get right into it. First off, like, a lot of characters can actually evolve. I mean, big surprise. It's Digimon after all. But the characters that can't evolve, well, I think it says there are more changes for the rare characters. I believe only the rare Jackpots will be able to evolve. That's what I think will happen. And also one like super skill card that I'll talk about later as well. First off, for their team skill, you acquire Digivice, which is a draconic effect. Clears black and white, skill series of Digi-destined members -1, and for 1 round each member launches an extra non-attributive attack. To activate this, you need to deplete 100% of the power gathered in your draconic. It does not consume a charge, however, so that's pretty good. First off is Yagami and Agumon. I'm just gonna preface by saying that because, like, too many names here, okay? I will not, like, beyond reading these cards' names out, like, when they're on screen, I will not remember any of them. As a leader, he's okay. I mean, the HP multiplier on both sides is ×4, which is quite sizable. However, his attack is kind of lackluster. That's why I wanted to, well, that's one of the reasons. I mean, it was late anyway, but I wanted to also try out the playing with these guys in the trial stage today. He has Runestone time regardless. He extends Runestone time regardlessly by 3 seconds on both sides, but I would argue that 3 seconds, like, I've gotten used to 3 seconds, you know? Like, 8 seconds is, like, pretty standard, and, like, you need more than that to, you know, like, start spinning. I know, I mean, that's kind of, like, you know, a superficial point, but, you know, when you can't spin the stuff to, you know, beat the enemy, that's, like, a pretty big disadvantage. The other thing you gotta pay attention to is that you gotta dissolve a group of 4 more runestones to get combo count +8 on both sides. This is fine, but, like, having, you know, having just to be cognizant to dissolve a group of 4 more runestones, like, every round can, you know, you can, I can see it. I can see someone missing it, I can see myself missing it, and I can also see situations where shields don't actually allow you to do this. So you miss out on combos and you miss out on attack as well. By dissolving race runestones, team attack ×3 additionally, and he does generate those himself because when you move over, I believe, fire and heart runestones, they will become dragon runestones. Everything is direct to fire, drop rate of fire increases by 25%, effect of fire increases by 150%, and you ignore burning, and you recover HP by touching fire. That's why, despite his poor attack, I think the poor attack mainly results from, you know, all the, like, attack multipliers, or rather all the runestone effects being concentrated on fire, when he is actually the, well, he's one of 2 fire Digimon members, so the rest of the members don't actually get this much attack. The reason why I haven't demoted him further down past, like, you know, the 175 mark is because recovering when moving is actually really useful. And for every race runestone dissolved, Yagami and Agumon launch an extra fire attack to the max ×5, and damage dealt to ignited enemies ×4 additionally. Best give up on this ×4, you know, put it in the active skill pretty much. Like, his ×4 on the active, you know, whenever the active is an ignite skill, because he does not, you know, innately ignite enemies or anything like that. For himself, his stats get a 1.6 times multiplier, and he gets CD -4 if he is in a team of only Digi-destined members or dragons, which that's pretty good, honestly. And Digivice, which I've talked about before, he has one active skill right now, CD4, Remove Tornado. If leader is a Digidestined member, power of Craft apparatus plus 50%. Deal fire damage of 5 mil to all enemies, ignite them as well to turn their attributes into fire, and tap row to explode it. If the row happens to include frozen and petrified, it explodes that as well to generate enchanted fire dragon runestones. Is this good? No, not really. The only thing special about it is remove tornado. It is the first fire dragon card to remove tornado, but not the first fire or the first dragon. So right now, it's pretty disappointing. I await its evolution. I think that hopefully the evolution will be better, and hopefully it does not require both of them, because I'm not willing to spend like package deal again, like in the past that they have done. Moving on, there's the bond skill. You can read that. Next up is Ishida and Gabumon. Water Beast. As a leader, he sucks even more, because what he actually does in a team skill is that he, where is this? At the beginning and at the end of the round, turn the columns below the leader and ally into Enchanted Water Beast and Enchanted Heart Beast runestones of fixed number and fixed positions. So this will be 2 water, and then 1 heart, and then 2 water again in the column, if you get what I'm saying. This works together with his other team skill, which is water and heart can be dissolved by aligning 2 or more than the first batch. But what this actually does is that it destroys, it destroys a third of your board. That's right, because 10 over 30 is actually just a third of your board gone. And I think this is quite bad. I mean, the unreliability of the water and heart being, dissolvable by 2 in the first batch, and then not at all, later. I think it'll just mess you up, right? But that's just my opinion. To be completely fair, his attack's not bad, but I find this board destroying thing to be very detrimental. Like whoever the heck the fire jackpot was, I don't remember the name I told you. He also gets a stat boost when the team has only Digidestined members or beasts. He gets a stat boost of 1.4 times, and then Digidestined members and beasts skill CD -2 after entering a stage. What I predict will happen is that this will become like a, these guys might become like a speed clear kind of assist, because getting your skills CDs down at the very beginning is actually like quite useful for speed clearing. I mean, just ask like Gintoki, right? For its active CD6, deal 5 mil to enemies. Again, this is non-attributive this time. Ignite the enemies, which he is one of a few water cards to do it. Certainly not the first though. For 2 rounds, burning will nullify. This is pretty common. And he ignores runestone combo nullifying. Now this often comes with like the other one, which is like runestone combo seal or something, which is like, it always comes there. Like, it's the thing that Tundra ignores, it's the thing that Ball ignores, it's the thing that, all these other cards that came after it ignores. This guy just ignores one part of the shield. I'm not sure how that's supposed to work, because both halves of the shield basically come together. It's the shield is the spinning thing with the circles that doesn't allow you to dissolve one attribute in the first batch. Now, the spinning thing is one part of the shield, and the other part of the shield is that you can't dissolve the whatever attribute it's asking. So I'm not sure what like nullifying one half of the shield does, or if this is a typo. If he does indeed ignore like both halves of the shield, then I might elevate my rating of him a little bit. As it stands, I don't really know what he does, so he's going in the little bit below 50 diamonds tier. Moving on to possibly one of the longest names in TOS history, not counting things that aren't names. Takeru, Takaishi, and Patamon, and Hikari, Yagami, and Gatomon. I'm not reading that again. Light God, Digidestined members, light members, and gods attack times 7, HP and recovery times 1.7, so this is pretty flexible in terms of the member choices. Extend movement time regardless by 2 seconds, that's what I'm talking about. We can get, 9 seconds instead of 8. By dissolving 4 more types of runestones, team attack times 3.5 additionally, that's pretty good. Damage speed minus 30%, and from demon enemies minus 50%. This, I mean, I feel like that you can just take as a bonus. You won't be running the demon enemies all the time. Further, team skill light has 50 effect of heart, and heart has 50% effect of attributed runestones. Ignore sticky. After a runestone, the first batch of runestones drops in the 3 columns on the left will be light runestones, and on the right will be heart runestones. By dissolving 9 or more light runestones, each member launches an extra attack, and by dissolving 9 or more heart runestones, team attack times 5. If you dissolve a clean board, which sometimes will, be possible, sometimes will not be possible. These are basically a given, but losing out on this team attack times 5, I think this will be pretty detrimental, but hopefully, you'll be able to do that. Now, why this is actually, why I rate this card so high is because they actually missed out a part in here that the card actually says in game. I'll show it on screen right now, but I'm not sure if they intended this to be there, if they copied and pasted code or something, but in actuality what happens, and what is on the description of this card, it says that the runestones that drop after the light on the left side and the heart on the right side will be dropped in order. So what that actually means is that, runestones to be dropped later will be arranged in proper order. Right, so I'll just put that picture up on the screen for you right now. What this actually means, when I tried it in the trial stage, is that you end up with Xiangyu's Sky Job, if you remember that, or if you were here for that. This makes this card, just incredibly powerful in terms of the combos you can actually pull off, because, the water, fire, you pretty much just get the runestones arranging themselves in the Sky Job, which is really good in the second batch. And then damage dealt to dark and demon enemies times 2 additionally. This is once again a bonus. There is no stat boost for this jackpot card. However, it does have 2 actives, both CD6. Tap runestone to turn that type of runestone into Enchanted Light God. For 1 round, the character's attack times 4. Ignore Puzzle Shield and Fixed Combo Shield. This is the first Light God card to ignore Puzzle, the third to ignore Fixed Combo, and that's only important because the other 2 are Maya, a black gold card, and Corrupted Lucifer, which I'm pretty sure nobody has unless you're really in the end game. If the leader is a Digidestined member, the skill stays in play for 2 more rounds. For the other active, tap runestone to explode that type of runestone and generate Enchanted Heart God runestones. Program Heart has 200% effect of attributed runestones, and once again, if the leader is a Digidestined member, the skill stays in play for 2 more rounds. The first active is definitely way better, although the second active in exploding a specific type of runestone might come in handy. Moving on to the small prizes, Mimi Takachiwa and I almost said Paimon. CD6, poison all enemies. Well, this is basically the poison shield, that if it comes out, or I don't think, this is not Venom, so it actually doesn't break the Venom shield. Venom shield has come out, I keep forgetting that. This will not break the Venom shield, but if poison shield comes out, it will break that. The one special thing is, if the leader is a Digidestined member, when the effect is in play, so basically when you poison the enemy, you will not be poisoned, which is actually pretty unique. For the character's attack times 5, ignore Fixed Combo, and Digidestined members' damage will be that regardless of puzzle. So she ignores Fixed Combo and puzzle. Somewhat special, but for attack times 5, it's not that high. So, as a small prize, I think it's squarely in 5 diamonds. A little bit lower than that because, the not be poisoned part only works if the leader is a Digidestined member, lowering the card's value when you use it in other teams. Next up is Dark Beast CD8. Electrify all enemies, alter their attributes into the leader's counter attribute, and weaken the attack by 50%. Simple, 5 diamonds, standard, works outside a Digimon team, very cool. Next up is a Water Beast, Jokido, and Gomamon. CD5, turn the first 6 runestones touch while moving into Enchanted Water Beast runestones, combo count +6, and if leader is a Digimon member, combo count +12. Standard run-of-the-mill, a little less value once again because it doesn't work outside of Digimon teams. Next up, Sora Takenouchi and Veeamon Fire Beast, CD5, Explode Weather Runestones, Generate Bleach Runestones, and Time Tunnel. Standard 5 diamonds. Last small prize, Light Beast Leomon, CD6, turn all runestones into 5 water, 5 fire, 5 earth, 5 light, 5 dark, and 5 heart. Full around the character's attack times 3.5 for every Digidestined member present in the team. The character's skill CD -1 at the end of the round. So basically, if your whole team is Digidestined members, you can activate this guy every single round. If your team is not Digidestined members, he is absolutely useless. That's why I put him like halfway in the trash and halfway in 5 diamonds. Moving on to their Dragonware, I don't think there's anything special here apart from, you know, the usual stat boosts. Let's just skip that. There's a level up material, very nice. And there is a new chain battle, or a new series of chain battles anyway. There will be 4 Dark Masters, which will all be available in the chain battle event. First off, you got Metal Seadramon, Light Machina. The active skill is pretty unique because you end up... Okay. The active skill is pretty unique because you end up with a card that can both have a willpower skill and a counterattack skill. So you deal a light damage, so you deal direct damage to the enemy first off, and then you reflect one, or rather you reflect whatever, right? You reflect an attack that is 1,500 times the damage received to the attacking enemy, regardless of defense, enchanted runestone shield, and initial shield. So that could be pretty valuable if the enemy has an initial shield, basically. Next up is Veeamon and Wurmon. These guys can turn into something, into Imperial Dramon through VR, which, you know, may be a meme card, may actually be good. I don't know, but this is a super skill card. You can get, it has its own Dragonware as well. Leader skill right now sucks, but, you know, might become good when it VRs. As an active right now though, it's already pretty good because it's a 1 out of 2 skill, CD7. First one is a fixed board of water and light. Second skill, team recovery becomes 0. The team will not be poisoned, and each Digidestined member, beast, elf, and dragon launch an extra attack of its counter attribute as much as 1.5 times its attack. This is one of the, well no, this is the first light dragon card that can set your recovery to 0, the second dragon card ever, and the second light card ever. So that's pretty good for a free card. The event mission card will be Devimon, not Devilmon for some reason. CD5, turn the columns below leader and ally into Demon Dark Runestones. Modify the columns below demons to become Demon Runestones, in case you weren't running this guy in a demon team for some reason. For 1 round, the Runestone will not be stopped when a tornado is touched, and if there is a tornado upon skill activation, the character's skill CD -5 at the end of the round. So basically, this is a tornado ignoring status effect that you can activate over and over again. Pretty unique, pretty not useful, and there is actually one card that I haven't talked about. That's because it's not in here for some reason. You can even see it right now in the in the battle pass. This is Beautiful Empress Marguerite. They made that joke, not me. Earth Elf. For 2 rounds, Earth members and elves attack and recovery times 1.8. 50% of attack damage dealt to an enemy would infuse to other enemies. Vary in character for Marguerite, if I remember the correct character that is. But this is the important thing: if the leader is an elf, damage received from Scorching Air is -100%, and damage received from stat damage will be lowered to 0. there are only like a handful of cards that can even like do either of these things, and the fact that this card can do both these things instantly makes it break the tier list. But however, you can't farm this card. You can get one of it from the battle pass, and that's it. This, I assume, will be like a great card in the future once, like, well, I mean, Dodgy can ignore Scorching Areas right now, but she can't ignore step damage, so I don't know. This will be a really good card for like elf teams and future elf leaders, I imagine. For celebration events, of course, there are like a whole ton. I mean, there's not really anything like special here, apart from the fact that you know, Copeland sucks, I think. Yeah, no, there's like the Time Limit Crossover story event, and there's also the event that allows you to get their Dragonware, but apart from that, nothing really special. That is it for this week's news view. If you liked it, please leave a like. If you have any questions about that, leave it in the comments down below. And if you like it in general, please subscribe. And I'll see you next video. See ya!